How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rafael Dorales and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a look at a post that was made over on the r/PokeLeaks Reddit by a person named the Key Inevitable 5063. Now, this individual put together some really extensive speculation about Pokemon Legends Arceus and what these games may be based on in terms of their time period and things such as that. So, I want you just to sit back, relax as we go through this giant post. If you want to read it on your own, there'll be a link down below to the post itself. But either way, let's get started. So before we start reading it, a question of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to just know, which of the starter Pokemon from Legends Arceus are you choosing? Is it going to be Rowlet, Oshawott, or Cyndaquil? Let me know in the comment section down below for a chance to be featured in our next video. Okay, so some pretty serious PLA speculations. Let's talk a little bit about Legends Arceus. Since I'm seeing too much confusion in the fandom, sorry for my bad English in advance, I'm not a leaker, I'm not an insider. This is a pretty serious and too long an investigation about the game. And he starts with this: contextualization of the game. Japan was a country close to outsiders until circa 200 years ago, when the Meiji era started. Because of that, it was too behind in technology compared to other countries. While Industrial Revolution was taking place in the UK, Japan is still in some kind of advanced medieval modern age era, so to speak. During this era, Japan opened to the world and was influenced by Western culture, making the country jump into the Industrial Revolution directly. That's where we can see the streetlights and contemporary Western aesthetics combined with the medieval modern Japanese element within, Japanese culture back in the day. Note, with that said, please stop saying ancient Sinnoh, medieval Sinnoh, ninja attires, and similar things. That just sounds like ignorant weeb IDs. This happened like 200 years ago in our world, and also stop making claims of every single Japanese-looking Pokemon being in PLA. That's another pretty wrong ID. Hoenn, Kanto, and Johto were also based in Japan, areas of the world, like literal, Japan itself. Basically, basing everything you know about a foreign culture on the Western ID you have about it is kind of disrespectful. He continues on. The original native inhabitants of Japan were the so-called Jomon people, who were diversified in many ethnic groups like the Ainu people from Hokkaido. They called the region Ezo instead of Hokkaido, the same way Sinnoh natives called it Hisui. Hisui means arcane, maybe related to the Arceus etymology. Now, in the key art map of Hisui, we can see two major groups resembling Ainu people, those wearing attires inspired by Dialga and Palkia. And we do have some, similar looking attire going on with the actual Ainu people of Japan itself up in Hokkaido, right? Now, comparison between the Hisui natives and the Ainu attire and architecture can be seen right here, very reminiscent to each other. Now, the modernization of Japan took place from the south to the north. That's why Hisui looks more like a wild, natural region. So the Galaxy Expedition team are more likely to be the only colonizers or outside researchers that Hisuian people mixed, with outsiders have ever seen, I guess. Now, assumption about the map. There is going to be 5 main wild areas in the game, the 6th of them being Jubilee Village. You can see the scroll-like titles of every area in the key art map, and you can kind of see that there are different areas split up here. You've got the area where the Jubilee Village is, you've got the area where I guess Snow Point would be, you've got this more grassy area, you've got the deserty area, and the top part as well, and I guess Mount Coronet is its separate thing. Now, Hisui region key art map. Now, note that made-up language used in those titles is the same used in the key art map of Sinnoh for BDSP. Although I tried to translate it, it's impossible to make a one-to-one translation. As happened with fictional languages using Sword and Shield, you can translate some words, but not all of them. Now, an in-game map of the Hisui's region, the first unlockable area seems to be the Obsidian Fieldlands, which I guess will be the area right next to where Jubilee is, right? Then he talks about caves. Now, there is gonna be caves. Aside from aggressive Probopass screenshot, we can see a total of 4 cave entrances to Mount Coronet pictured in the key art map of the region, coinciding with the location of the very obvious, not unlocked yet, clouds in the in-game map. We don't know yet if they are just fast travels from one point to another, or we're gonna have full-on cave systems to freely explore. You can see these cave entrances pictured in the key art map, but also in the in-game map, you can see clouds that are covering parts of these entrances while one can be seen. We can see one of the Mount Coronet entrances already unlocked in the right here. So yeah, you can see it on the image. Now, speculation. Now, I'm going to leave my theories and speculation about the game mainly about new Pokemon forms. Alternate forms for the PLA starters are possible. From a commercial point of view, giving new forms to the starters makes them more emblematic and more memorable. Now, yeah, they are brought from different regions, so Hisui forms would have no sense, but we don't need them to adapt. They can evolve from any environmental factor, like Leafeon, Glaceon, Probopass, or Magnezone. Also, we didn't see any of the second or third stage evolutions of the starters in trailers, key art, or screenshots. That is very true. We haven't seen any of that. I don't think we're going to get any new forms for Sinnoh native species. Also, we've already seen most of the original Sinnoh decks in the trailers. So, you guys just want a Porygon form because of the fan art boom. It's not likely. Anyway, they can make Porygon available in PLA just using time travel shenanigans as an excuse. That's very true. Non-anachronistic Pokemon forms can be great, like a wooden Voltorb. That would be pretty awesome. Right now, regional forms come mainly from the first two gens, right? So talking about, I guess, like 5th gen, that in mind. The first gen, whose many designs are horrible and forgettable, and the second gen, whose main designs are pretty great, but sadly also forgettable. All are thanks to those facts combined to nostalgia. The perfect candidates to successful new forms. Yeah, I didn't forget about Galarian Zigzagoon. Other gens have great candidates and possibly two, you know? We don't know yet if Wordeer and Basculegion are regional evolutions or just new evolutions. That's because we don't know if we're gonna get Hisuian Stantler and Basculin. Yeah, those are different concepts. The best candidates are non-native post-game species and second-gen species like Girafarig, Scyther, Baltoy, Sudowoodo. True, these are the most likely ones. It seems hard to understand for the fandom that any already shown final stage Pokemon will not have regional forms. Spheal and Celio appear in every single trailer and key art, but not Walrein. This can mean nothing, but it's pretty suspicious. The Climbing Mountain Pokemon leak. Now, this is one we talked about multiple times. Since it was from an early stage of development, it can be a scrapped ID. In Breath of the Wild, we have climbing, sure, but flying is a time-limited resource in the game. So why a climbing mount if you can fly over obstacles? My bet is Galarian Braviary or the flying option will be available in mid to late game. Meanwhile, you better climb those cliffs. Also remember, Rock Climb was introduced in Sinnoh, so it's a good callback to have that there. I have no idea what the heck is supposed to be that Pokemon. Believe me, I researched every egg group and body type section to see if anything matches. The best candidates are a new regional evolution form from Bisharp, Nuzleaf, etc. Also, for the people saying maybe it's just a trainer climbing gear, in those leaks, the player is shown colored while the Pokemon remain, I guess, you know, just silhouetted, right? So the player is inside a box in the back of the Pokemon. It can be a Glade, but the silhouette lacks the balloony Glade pants, which is a fair point. Now, keep the size in mind when doing speculation. This Pokemon seems big enough to carry a human. Fair point. Now, the nefarious yellow Pokemon leak can be anything, from an already existing Pokemon attacking other to a completely new Pokemon or regional evolution. It's obviously beaming with some kind of yellow energy or escaping from a Pokeball, since it seems to have an infamous triangle eye from the first and second gen. My bets are a new form or regional evolution for Farfetch, Scyther, or Mankey lanes. Fair enough. I hate them. I can't sleep since I've seen it. I need to know what it is. I agree, we all want to know what it is. No, there is no smartphone in PLA. The icon is more likely to be some kind of Pokeball container. My bets about the icons are Team Party menu, inventory, player info, and Pokedex. He's talking about this little thingy on the side there that shows off what looks to be an iPhone or a phone of some sort, but it's not. In-game screenshots where you can see the icons on the left, which again, I would argue it's not that. Now, this one is really awesome. Now, the ominous Wurmple third new yellow horn is a change in the regular design with a red one. Contemporary to popular belief, the models in PLA are probably new ones, since some Pokemon whose mouths were just painted over, the models now just have sculpted mouths. So maybe it's just how Wurmple looks from now on, or a physical signal of the evolving form instead of the genie thingy. Whatever. Either way, we haven't seen Dustox yet in the trailer or key art, while Beautifly is prominently featured even in the Arceus TCG promo card. This, combined with the Dustox looking bow Clara uses in Sword and Shield, makes a pretty suspicious coincidence. It will be a regular Wurmple, not a regional one though. All Wurmples in the trailer are yellow horned, while the one depicted in the key art is red horned, alright? Fair point. If you look right here, there is no horn in the back. It's just a red one instead of the normal one, you know, or it's like, you know, it's like a yellow one instead of the red one that's normally there, right? So that's pretty much it. From left to right, up, down, key art, history map, Wurmple, Clara's bow, Go Wurmple model, and PLA trailer Wurmple. So you can see there's a difference there. Now, would there be a possible, you know, we already speculated a while back that we might get a Dustox, you know, form, you know, brand new one. Is this where, like, she got the bow ID from? Is this where it originated from? Possibly. And that's pretty much it for the speculation industrialization part. Now, I want to know in the comment section down below, ladies and gentlemen, do you agree with the speculations mentioned here? I think there's an obvious logic in what he says about where the game is set. It does make sense that it would be set in the Meiji era, right when they got to the industrialization part, because we do see a lot of technology being shown off when Japan was going through its industrial, kind of revolution, so to say. And it would just make sense that would be the time period. As for everything else, I do think the caves are an obvious thing. We've already seen one technically in the trailer, so that's going to be most likely there. Nothing to be strange or anything weird there. I do think that, we're gonna see this Pokemon that was shown in that art, the climbing Pokemon, is gonna show up. It definitely is gonna be in. I don't think it's gonna be a scrapped idea. I think it's gonna be included. And as for the nefarious, yellow Pokemon from the leak, I think that one in particular is actually going to be some form of new boss Pokemon, and maybe like Pokemon get these new auras when they are boss Pokemon. We'll have to see what they exactly do though. But ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be pretty much it. Again, question of the day, guys: which are the starter Pokemon are you choosing for Legends Arceus? Let me know for a chance to be featured in our next video. And that's it for today. I'll see you all the next time. Peace out. And bye-bye.